Hello students, good day. I'm teacher Alvin and I will be your teacher for today's online class. Today, I'll be teaching science. But before we go and proceed to our discussion, let's watch first our documentary.
Beautiful birds. Part 2. 5. Puffin. P-U-F-F-I-N. Puffin. Vocabulary. Covered. Waterproof. Feathers. Beak. The puffin is also called the sea parrot. It is covered with waterproof feathers. A puffin's beak changes colour during the year.
Now, let's proceed with our vocabularies. Our first vocabulary word is review. 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 Now, let's spell the word review. It's R-E-V-I-E-W. Review. Very good. Our second vocabulary word is recall. 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 Now, let's spell the word recall. It's R-E-C-A-L-L. Recall. Great job. Our third vocabulary word is summary. 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 Now, let's spell the word summary. It's S-U-M-M-A-R-Y. Summary. Very good. Today, we're going to have a review for our final assessment in science. Energy exists in many forms. But what is energy? Can you still remember the definition of energy? If you say yes, and you say energy makes things move, your answer is correct. For example, a car can move because it uses energy. A computer works because it uses energy. These are some examples why energy is important to us. And there are many forms of energy. We use some forms of energy every day. And here are some forms of energy. We have electricity. Next is heat, light, and even sound. These are the examples of energy. Let's start with electricity. Electricity is a form of energy. There are lots of things that use electricity. For example, we have your computer, television, electric fan, and even your smartphones. Next will be heat. Heat is a form of energy. Here are some examples of things that emits heat. Just like your oven, fire, stove, and even the sun. Next is light. Light is a form of energy. And here are some examples of things that emits light. We have the sun. We also have the light bulb and the candle flame. These are examples of things that emits light. Next will be sound. Sound is a form of energy. And here are some examples of things that emits sound. We have speakers, microphones, and even our instruments like guitar and saxophone. And these are some examples of things that emits sound. Where does energy come from? Anything that gives us energy is called a source of energy. Let's start with heat energy. For example, the sun gives us heat energy, and the sun is a source of heat. We also have a stove, and a stove gives us heat energy. A stove is a source of heat. We also have the oven. An oven gives us heat energy, and an oven is a source of heat. That's why we can bake some breads, cakes, and cookies. These are some examples of the source of heat energy. Let's proceed with light energy. For example, a light bulb gives us light energy. A light bulb is a source of light. We also have the sun. The sun gives us light energy, and the sun is a source of light. Next is fire. A fire gives us light energy, and a fire is a source of light. And even the lightning in the storms gives us light energy, and a lightning is a source of light. And lastly, we have electricity. For example, a battery. A battery gives us electricity. A battery is a source of electricity, just like our phones. Our phones are using battery. We can use our phones because the battery has an electricity that is stored in it. We also have a power station. A power station gives us electricity, and a power station is a source of electricity. We can use our televisions in our home and charge our phones because the power station supply us an electricity. Electricity. Do you have any idea what is an electricity? Electricity is a form of energy resulting from the existence of charged particles. This is important to us because we use electricity every day. We use electricity at home. And these are the examples of electrical appliances that we use at home. We have television, refrigerator, computer, electric kettle, our mobile phones, laptop, microwave oven, and even our bread toaster. These are some examples of our electrical appliances that uses electricity. When we go to school, we also use electricity. For example, light bulb, air conditioner, and electric fan. These are some examples of appliances in our school that uses electricity. When we go outside, we also use electricity. For example, when we ride a SkyTrain use electricity. Our car, power station, our toy car that use a battery, our mobile phones, and even the street light. These are some things that uses electricity outside. How do we use electricity inside a building? Many things that use electricity need to be plugged into a wall socket and turned on. For example, are our appliances. For example, we can have our television as our model. We can turn on and off our television on its power button. All of our appliances have their own power cord. And at the end of the cord, there is what we call the plug. And all of our appliances can only work when we plug it into a wall socket. And this is how we use an electricity inside a building. And this is our next example. We have our light. We can turn on and off a light on its switch. We can also use the electricity inside a building when we use the following examples. We have your computer, electric kettle, refrigerator, microwave oven, and even our speakers. We also have other examples that uses electricity but don't have a power cord. For example, our car, your mobile phone, and even our laptop. And these are some ways on how to use electricity inside a building. Changing electricity into other forms of energy. We always need to change electricity into other forms of energy, like light energy, heat energy, or sound energy. Sometimes we use electricity to make things move, or that is motion. For example, so this is our radio, and a radio need to be plugged into a power socket because we need to use an electricity for our radio to work. We convert this electricity into another form of energy called sound energy. That's why we can hear our favorite music using a radio. Our next example is our television. And our television need to be plugged into a power socket for us to use a form of energy called electricity. And this electricity will be converted into another form of energy. When we use a television, we convert electricity into a light energy. Of course, not only a light energy, but also a sound energy. That's why we can watch our favorite movies using television. Our third example will be an electric fan. An electric fan needs to use an electricity to work and to move. That's why if we use an electric fan, we convert the electricity into another form of energy called motion. That's why the electric fan can produce air because it uses electricity, and that electricity was converted into motion. Our fourth and last example is an oven. And this oven needs to be plugged into a power socket to use an electricity. And this electricity will be converted into another form of energy. And this energy is heat energy. That's why we can bake our cookies and our favorite cupcakes in the oven. Now, let's do our wrap up. Number 1. If I were going to use my mobile phone, the electricity will be converted into what forms of energy? If your answers are light energy and sound energy, your answer is correct. Very good. Number 2. What form of energy does a power station give? Any guess? And if your answer is electricity, your answer is correct. Number 3. What are the two forms of energy that the sun emits? What is your answer? If your answer is heat and light, your answers are correct. Very good. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something new today. And please don't forget to wear your mask regularly and wash your hands often. Stay safe. And again, this is Teacher Alvin, and see you soon. Bye!